Hello, everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are catching us from. It's currently 5:57 a.m. Pacific time in Southern California. It is 8:57 p.m. in Singapore, where we have traders joining us. In Buenos Aires, it's currently 9:57 a.m. and you are listening live to Successful Trading broadcast of Put Scalping Tuesdays, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for the delay. This is the my most stressful time on certain days. The reason just being I was preparing for this. I was looking to get some content, and on top of that, I have traders joining. So typically, have noticed lately traders like to join, or they join overnight. So meaning that I have to give them access to the Discord and everything else. So my apologies for my lateness on here. You're currently looking at, I think you should be able to see the indexes in there. And as I read it myself on here, I think I just have to make sure that the latest newcomers, because my guess is that most likely they are following this live broadcast instead of them making a concern about not getting their credentials. I may as well take care of that at once. Let's see on here. So in the meantime, please prepare your questions. I know that many of you do have. I have a couple of points that I want to make regarding some of the not feedback, but some of the comment that I'm reading from the traders. And as usual, it is my job to try to help, facilitate, guide, console, whatever verb that you would like to put in there. So that's why I am here. So please, by all means, make sure that your questions are answered in, again, questions in the sense of helping you become a successful trader. Yeah. So let's see here. Just a minute on here. All right. So I'm just, okay. So this is done. All right. All right. So here we go. So let's see. We are inside of Power E-Trade, and we are currently looking at pre-market. Yeah, so well, pre-market, everything is green, everything is fantastic. So for the subscribers, we got a slew of alerts. Yeah, it would have been too nice, right? Because this week we only had as of Friday, we had 10. So I was like, finally. And I mean, again, for those who could maybe surprised by the fact that why is he happy when we have less alert? Less alert meaning less of guessing games, yeah? Because then the one thing that I'm still hearing, and that's really, really aching for me, I missed such and such trade. So that's actually what I want to talk about this morning. Missing trade. So I missed this trade. Okay, so I have my, I'm going to have my 5 minutes attempt trying to reconcile or console or just what if I'm running out of verbs here, but I thought so my control of the English language was quite strong, but definitely because it's still after, let's say this is our 9th week. At the end of this week, it's going to be 9 weeks that we started the subscription program. So I can't wait for the 10 week. So week 10 next week. So yeah, so the topic. So but before that, let's take a look on here. So yeah, the subscribers, I think I managed to at least give the name of the stock that's had alert. All of those alerts, they are actually Telex AI most potent alert. Now, what does that mean? Does he mean by that? His alert mean if he has even more powerful ones than the one that we have been trading, then some of you may be like, oh my goodness, this guy. Well, we have a new AI, right? Mr. B said that the dream that I had, it wasn't during the night on Sunday, right? It was during my nap on Sunday night. So that's the dream on QQQ, for those who do not know, was that I woke up out of that nap and QQQ was trading at 275. And for whatever reason, I remember that I was upset. So I didn't have any position overnight, I guarantee you, on QQQ or anything like that. So I know some of you did, because somebody in particular. So I'm hoping that that person recovered, because they shared something with me regarding what they did, which was like. But hey, since QQQ and the text rally, I'm hoping that that trader was able to somehow make the most out of the adventures or endeavors. All right, so QQQ, it's up to almost 260, 269, thereabouts. So yeah, the dream was that QQQ was in the money at 275. So we took a tiny trade on there to validate that AI, right, Mr. B? I mean, there's nothing, what can possibly go wrong following a dream as your AI? All right, let's just go here before we completely dwell in. Check out and say hello to Mr. Beto, Miss Michelle, Mr. B is there. Yes, I'm going to ask just by the name, right? Miss Tammy, welcome aboard. You should have all of your credentials. So that's one of the reasons I was scrambling along to give you your credential. Check your private message. It gives you instruction what's next. And obviously, you can communicate with me privately at any time. You should have access to the 2 channels. So glad to have you on board. Good morning, Mr. Thomas. And I think there are many more. How many? We have 11 people. Yeah, so I can only imagine. All right, folks. So the market is up, but yeah, the market is up. But you see, this guy said the market is up, and he cannot help himself but to add a but. Good morning, Mr. Eric. Glad to have you this morning. But we are on Put Scalping Tuesday. So for those not familiar with the word scalping is short-term trade, where typically it will be a reversal of a direction, right? So we're actually going to illustrate that very, very shortly on here. So from here, I want to talk about the topic of missing trades, because they're just, I read that way too many times yesterday, at least for those who are courageous enough to share what's happening. So because otherwise, when we come to the one-on-one, I will then ask you, hey, did you get such and such trade or whatever, or how much did you get in terms of percentage? I'll never ask on the amount of money. It's the percentage that I'm interested in. And I will even ask for you to do me a favor by posting your percentage gain on a specific trade on in the Just Winners section. Yeah. There are smart folks who come check out Successful Trading, and what the first place where they go is in Just Winners. I kid you not. I had such individual yesterday evening. People just stumbled into the channel, and they were minding their business, and as usual, I felt compelled to ask them, hey, could you introduce yourself? They just said, oh, I'm just checking around. I'm looking at your Winners section. I was like, yeah, so please. Please, folks, you will really do me a service. First of all, by winning a lot, yeah, by getting as many 10 baggers as you can, and by posting them. That's the best advertising that I can make. You know, really, I kid you not. That's a true fact. So more seriously here, 2 things, right? Why are traders missing trades? The first reason, maybe legit, but again, I'm going to try my best to get a solution, is, okay, we are all, let's say, juggling with schedule, right? So, but when we say that I'm juggling with a schedule, let me give you my particular experience, because trust me, so some of you may know. Okay, so let's say I have this presentation with big shots at my company. Typically for me, it's going to be presentation with VP, with directors. Well, I know that they're scheduled ahead of time, meaning that I'm going to do everything in my power to be ready with whatever is needed, knowing well that, hey, between 9:30 and maybe 10:30, especially on a Monday, yeah, because I have my list of alerts. If I did my preparation over the weekend, for us, it starts with that preparation, and I cannot stress enough. Yesterday, I was mentioning, hey, 12 people out of a room of almost 30 traders actually viewed the video on Saturday. That tells me there's a problem, folks. Hence, you're going to miss out on trade. It's not a surprise, yeah? But maybe, let's say, that's a reason for you, because you are juggling a very, very difficult agenda. So, yeah, go to preparation, time management. How are you occupying this? So we ask in the beginning that you wrote down what you were willing to do in order for you to become a successful trader as well. We are exactly in the midst of it. Yeah. So Outside of that scenario, I'm really, really not sure why you will miss on a trade. And when you say miss on a trade, because I can't even imagine an hypothesis of the type, hey, certain people will say I missed on a trade because they were not there exactly at the beginning of the trade. But guess what, folks? Upon coming and finding that one of your alerts is up 3%, is your reaction that you missed on a trade? If that's the case, then you haven't been listening to this guy. Anytime that a stock is moving, it gives you a prime opportunity to make money. A stock is up 3%, okay, it's on Monday, you still have the entire day left. Yeah, you still have Tuesday, you still have Wednesday, or so forth. But I heard another word yesterday. I'm afraid, okay, or I chicken out. Yeah, I read those two things yesterday, and in my mind, I was just like, oh my goodness, a lot of work to be doing. What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? Are you afraid of being successful? Yeah, because there's actually that fear as well. So ask yourself, do a self-evaluation on there. Are you afraid that you're going to make so much money that you're going to actually, it's going to be scary? Yeah, that's what the market is showing, right? Have you seen the number of 10 baggers in just 9 weeks that we have been here together? And this is nothing yet. The volatility is only starting. So if you're going to be afraid, you should, the afraid side of, hey, I'm going to pick the wrong direction. We took that out of the game a long time ago. So if a stock is up 3%, folks, I can start a starting position by strangling that thing, especially on a Monday, especially if I know how to read a technical chart on TradingView using the methodology that we said. Oh, it's posting higher highs. It has already given me a direction. If that direction reverses, the other side of my trade is going to take care of that. Hence, this concept about stop loss. Oh, I have a stop loss at, well, in the first place, if you're managing your trade properly, I think the way that we trade, we have shown on here with strangles, they will eliminate the need for stop loss for the most part. Yeah? Ask yourself that okay, where's the place of stop loss in the way that in the video that was generated on June the 29th on how to manage an overnight position. So yeah, it's one of those things. So yesterday I was a little bit surprised by some of the exchange between the traders, missing out on trade or being afraid to take a trade. Well, guess what, folks? There's this, it was an old French commercial, totally applying on anything, but I'm going to steal it here. So I'm going to be telling you that, hey, 100% of the winners, they took the trade. They were in the trade. Yeah? You can make a mistake of the type, hey, my position size is bad, but then that's fine. Then you realize that and you set up a proper position sizing with the proper insurance if you even need to. Instead of, hey, we have a stock moving the entire day and you're on the sideline because either you're afraid, 100% of the winners or 100% of the successful traders, they were in trades. They have to be in a trade in order for them to show the success of that trade. So if you're on the sideline, that's not going to accomplish much. So please do yourself good. And again, we don't trade that many. We don't trade expensive options, right? Not at all. Yesterday, I can tell you that was that's one of the first week that it was very relaxed Monday. First, I had very few positions. I had 3 positions yesterday. Yeah, the entire day. At the end of the day, yes, I share with you that I had to take that QQQ dream, but I had 3 positions the entire day. So then you guys gonna say, but this guy, he gave us 1 through 7 and he only took 3. Yeah, and with the information that we share in the Hangout place, in the Hangout room, we had, out of our list, we only had, I think, 4 of them that were actually worth considering. So if yesterday at any point of time you had more than 4 positions, you need to go back to the drawing board. Convince yourself that you need to go back. It's Monday. You can be patient. And even one of those positions that I had a struggle, at some point, the struggle was actually losing very early. For me, I was just like, really seriously? So I spent my time, I was doing workouts, I was just walking around and doing other things. I spent the least amount of time yesterday in front of my trading screen. Yeah, it was a Monday. We had number one on our number one and number two of our alert for this week, that were moving. They were moving bullishly. So a stock started moving bullishly. I need to get out of its way. Me being in front of the screen watching what it's doing every Friday. Oh yeah, that's that. No, I just let it go. I just let it go. I had no business, trust me. So sometimes we just have to get out of our own way, right? So you let it go. All right, folks. So please be encouraged. And it goes with, I know it takes time. It takes time to develop that confidence. That's why for me, I'm here. That's why I keep telling people, oh, schedule your one-on-one. There are people who have free one-on-one out of the subscription, right? So for those who are catching us who are not subscribers here at Successful Trading, after joining as a subscriber to our weekly option alerts, we actually pride ourselves in giving you the tools to be autonomous, meaning that we teach you how to make money. Yeah, other than just we spoon feed you. I'm still having a hard time with that word. Maybe because I wasn't spoon fed in my life. I don't know. I don't know. So please be encouraged by that. Let's just quickly go here and look at our broader watch list. Yeah. And see stock that are making some of the biggest moves. Deutsche Bank, it's in the negative by a lot, but whereas I don't think the XLF is red, right? So Deutsche Bank has its own thing going on here on our broader list. What else? We see mostly green, yeah? The list of green, it's a lot. I mean, this stock on here, I'm not sure why I'm still having. It's a penny stock. So you guys going to ask me, hey, Telex, do you trade NAK? I don't even remember. At some point, I may have bought the stock itself, but this is an old default watch list, like FL. I haven't traded. I used to use FL as a proxy for Nike. Yeah, FL is a Foot Locker. So the stock making the biggest move this morning is IBM. I think one of our traders this morning in the Hangout room mentioned to us, which I thought was actually a smart comment about, hey, because IBM reported, they had their earnings. That's why they're up, right? Because IBM reported a good cloud revenue, or the other cloud companies they were bound to be poised with a bullish move. The only thing is that, remember, guys, the market is forward-looking, meaning that whatever that a company will come out in earnings with, it's already known by the big sharks, yeah? So meaning that, don't think that the run that we have seen on our number two alert this week is random. No, they knew already what IBM information is going to be. So do not consider that, oh, this is your green light now to just being bullish on those. No, I mean, the information is out, but before the information is out, the market is forward-looking, meaning most of it's already factored in the price. I kid you not. I kid you not. So just be mindful of that at the same time. But that doesn't remove anything in the statement that the trader shared with the rest of us. Okay, so let's go ahead here and take some questions here. It's currently 9:15 Eastern, 6:15 Pacific time. You are listening to the live broadcast of Put Scalping Tuesday in pre-market analysis by Successful Tradings. I'm still showing, let me see, I'm still showing my my E-Trade, Power E-Trade. So maybe let me switch to my screen to a chart. Maybe, yeah, if you show people a chart, maybe that could get them to chat. I mean, you don't have to ask questions. Wow, thank you, folks. Thank you very much for those who are following us. We have 15 concurrent viewers live. That has been that's our resistance, folks. That's our resistance. So yeah, can we blow past this resistance toward the end of July on here, and to start posting new highs? We are below VWAP. So, no, we are above VWAP. Are we above VWAP? What's our volume weighted average number of users? So you're watching. Yeah, you're watching the live broadcast of pre-market analysis on Tuesday, July the 21st. I said the 20th earlier, July the 21st. What was that day? Isn't that the day of the moon landing or something? So for whatever reason, July the 21st. Okay, I must have at least one relative whose birthday is today. Oh yeah, this was a chart for QQQ yesterday. The famous QQQ dream. It wasn't that beautiful, folks. But yeah, so imagine start looking at QQQ from here. Yeah, this is what we teach you in technical analysis. After the 3 consecutive high above VWAP, you have great supports on here. Hey, I'm liking more and more of these. How do they call them? They call them step lines. The step line, they're beginning to grow on me compared to the regular line. So for those who are discovering this the first time, don't go saying, what new indicator did he come up with again? They are the same exponential moving average. The yellow one is the 8 period. The green one is the 20 period. It's just that instead of a smooth standard line, I'm getting edgy here, okay? I've been experimenting, I should say, with the step line lately, and it looks nice. Look nice. We need higher highs on my number of concurrent viewers. And I'm above 9 EMA. But what's the value of VWAP? I haven't calculated my VWAP on here. And actually, there's a new indicator that's not a new indicator. I'm gonna have to most likely educate myself on it before I introduce that to us on here. I mean, it's VWAP, but they call it the anchor VWAP. So if you find it in your readings, we know how much some of you read, right? So, or how curious you are. I may bring that to the floor here, not to confuse folks or anything. Speaking of confusing folks, I'm hoping we've talked about the TeleTrader app. If you have not downloaded the free TeleTrader app on your device, please do so, because a lot of traders lately, they have been saying, hey, they have to, let's say, go back to work, or for reason, just whatever reason, trading from the phone. So analyzing your charts on an application like an app like TeleTrader is really going to go a long way to your eyes getting used to seeing candles. That's what our whole trading technique is based on: technical analysis of the chart. Yeah, price movement. That's what it is. So take advantage again of the resources that are provided to you, either on the blog, which it's just growing. Well, the blog has 70 articles. I hope I'm gonna start writing again. So the goal is to reach 100. But the YouTube video are over 100. If you remove the pre-markets one and some of the show, the broadcast that we just spontaneously do, I think we have over 130 video of education. So please take advantage on that. Make time, because that can only help you grow as a trader. Okay, 6:20. No questions whatsoever. So what else? So yes, for the subscribers, we have some work to do in this. Well, I have some work to do, and you will have some work to do, which is to incorporate your new alerts in your watch list, in your option watch list. Yeah, and you can be patient with them. I'm definitely leaning, because I have to be deliberate about giving you instruction. For these so we have two categories, right? There are the repeats. Can we look at the IBM chart? Yeah, we can look at the IBM chart, but please, I've been asking for almost, I'm about to wrap up the show, ma'am, and this is the time when we are looking at the IBM chart. Why not? I've been asking for how many minutes now? I mean, is there a delay between California and Europe? Or it just dawned on you that IBM, this is the IBM chart, this is the 15-minute chart, and here's let's start with the daily. So, and let me go slow. All right, so IBM on the daily chart closed yesterday at 126.37. The upper Bollinger Band is at 125.48. And this morning, it is up 4% or 4% or thereabout. Let's see, what's the current price of IBM? Let me check it out on here on the other screen. So IBM is currently trading at 132.10. So an appreciation of almost $6. So 132.10 is going to be definitely outside of the upper Bollinger Band on the daily chart. So similar to something like here. Yeah? So now if you're doing quant analysis, you can ask yourself, when was the last time this thing was around that price? So this is what happened. I don't know what was the event on that day. It wasn't an earnings. So, but it gapped up on June the 5th from 128 to 133, and then that didn't go well. But the next day, it posted a higher high. So, as I don't know. For me, I have never had that much luck of trading IBM post their earnings, because it's a stock that you go in there, and especially now, I'm gonna be very, very careful with. After which that happened with Netflix, there's so many trades, yeah, folks. So that's why I didn't talk about IBM per se. I'll rather trade the proxy on our current existing number 2 instead of trading IBM. Let me be honest with you. Since I already have that position, I could care less about what IBM does today. Again, I'm in the business of reducing my positions and maximizing my ability to manage the one that I currently had instead of taking a new one. But hey, if somebody fancy IBM, it's going to start outside of the upper Bollinger. So that's if that doesn't ring a bell to you, what does he mean by that? Well, then for you, so this is a situation. It's a gap. Yeah, it's a gap starting outside of the upper Bollinger. And let me give a third hint. We are on put scalping Tuesday. I raise my case. If I didn't have a case to start up with. So, Miss Michelle, yes, there's a delay. She said, yes, there's a delay. You're kidding me, right? There's a delay with your veranda, maybe. No. So there's actually a delay between when I say something and when you guys heard it, but not to the span of minutes, though. I'm not sure. But in any case, we just finished on IBM, so hopefully that gives you a little bit of perspective. All right, folks. Really, it's. I think we need to wrap it up such that we can get. I mean, on Tuesday is one of those scenarios, right? We already have some momentum on certain stock, and then at the end of Tuesday, actually, for me, it's more interesting than the beginning of Tuesday, because on beginning of Tuesday, what we have seen is that the market's going to gap up, so meaning that it's going to provide an opportunity to say, hey, maybe close. Michelle is saying delay with her thinking. All right, I wouldn't go there. Okay, so take profit on some position, or take advantage of the fact that, hey, if the market is going to retreat like it usually does, to scalp, to do some scalping, right? Or to just use some new momentum, because certain stocks that do not move on Monday, I shared with the traders yesterday how you could go about identifying those from your watch list again. Really, there's so much value in that watch list, right? The watch list of options. If this is new to you, you're a newcomer like our new subscriber, Tammy, no worries. I will work with you starting today so that we can get you all caught up with which that we do on here. Until then, folks, I wish you guys a great trading session. Remember, it is Put Scalping Tuesday, and we shall meet again tomorrow, same time, same place, hopefully with a new hope of taking the most out of this market. Thank you, everybody. Have a great trading session. Bye-bye.